next step is the installation of the brake cable. This is often totally underappreciated to do this correct. But if you don't have a correct set brake, then you can't really stop. And I mean, if there's ever emergency that your brake will not work, you can still use the kill switch, but it's like stupid to shutting your engine on and off. You have a brake and the brake should work. The brake assembly is pre-installed, but I would take a guess the chance that it's in the right spot is less than 50%. So what you want to do, you want to take it out and then you use a zip tie to close it that it barely fits over the brake disc. I mean, it can really get tight on there. I mean, you should be able to get it on there, but you should pre-tension those levers that they barely fit on the disc itself. So when you have it down with a zip tie that it barely fits on the disc, then you leave it with the zip tie and you put in the cable from the brake. Everything is still under tension, like if it would be sitting on the brake disc. And while it is under tension, you put the wire clamp on. Like everything is still under tension, as if it would be on the brake disc with the brake pulled. Everything is under tension and you put this wire clamp on. So if it was sitting tight on your disc, don't worry about it. If you use the brakes the first time, there will be some play immediately there. And also, by the way, if you ever have to adjust your brake again after a while, obviously some wear and tear on the brake pads, then do it the same way. Get a zip tie and tie it down that the clamps are engaged, and then adjust your cable nut or your wire nut. So with the cable in there still under tension, you put it on the brake disc and move it into position and bolt it down, and you will see that it's not the original position it probably was in. Doing it this way will ensure that the pressure coming from both lever arms is the same. If you leave it in the original position, you probably will end up with a situation that only one of the lever arms is actually touching or really braking or trying to brake the disc, and you don't really have this clump effect. You're just touching it from the side, so your brake will not be working. And then you can adjust your tension on your lever over and over. It's just not aligned correctly. So just do it this way and it will save you a lot of problems. On this one, I don't actually cut off the excess wire because it might be easier to tension it later if you have to tension it again, if you have a long piece of wire you can hold on to.